Well, how are y'all? Um, so my name's Chad Rushing, and I thought I'd tell you how to see the future. How to see the future. Hopefully, I don't bump the camera. Um, so how is everybody? You guys doing the meditations? I hope so. Um, I'm really trying to bring you guys some really, really good mental toolboxes, or really good tools for your mental toolbox, I should say. Um, so I got to thinking about this morning. I listened to a podcast called "What's This Tao All About." I highly recommend you check it out. Todd and Dr. Carl do a fantastic job of really exploring Taoism and the Tao Te Ching and various books that are kind of in the Taoist canon. They even did an episode on Star Wars, which is I like that. But I wanted to talk to you about something that they've mentioned a few times, and and I'll link their podcast down in the description below or whatever. Um, and while you're looking at that, hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. Um, like I keep saying, I think that a huge underlying problem in the world today is mental health. The fact that we just don't have a lot of tools for our mental chest, Um, you look at how school works, and we're taught what to think, not how to think. We aren't taught any sort of practices that deal with mental resilience or emotional intelligence. So that's my goal. So let's get right into it. How to see the future. Sounds mystical and woo woo. I love it. I have a mystical woo woo bent myself. But how to tell the future is actually really, really simple. Look at the past. Now, that sounds counterintuitive. It really isn't. And one thing Dr. Carl mentioned is that the best way to see the next 10 years of your life is to look at the last 10 years of your life. And that really sounds like a letdown. But if you really think about it, without a concerted effort to change things, to make those small changes or even big changes, if you continue doing exactly what you've been doing, that's what your future looks like. Um, we frequently forget that we are creatures of habit. Those habits can be changed, but it does take effort. Um, and at some later point, we're going to talk about effortless effort because I think that's a fascinating concept, the doing without doing kind of thing. We're going to get into that when I feel smart enough, which might not be ever. Hopefully, one day I'll feel smart enough. But look at your past. Look at the last week. Look at the last year. Look at the last 10 years. Um, and what are you doing? You know, up until about November. And for those of you watching in the future, it's 2020, year for the history books, I guess. Um, it's middle of June. November of last year, I was kind of fed up. I was having health issues like my stomach. I was overweight. Um, there was a lot of stuff I just didn't like, and it was a catalyst. You hit that point that you've got to, you've got to change something. And let me grab my coffee. This is probably, I think my kids got this for me for Christmas. I love it. But I realized that if I didn't make some changes, I was just not, I was going to continue being unhappy with my situation. And it's been a struggle. It's been difficult. I changed my diet completely. I went vegan just because it seems like animal products are, my body doesn't seem to like them. So I just did that. And then I started working out. We went out and bought like just, it's a cheap little workout machine thingy, like a Bowflex, but not name brand. And, but it got me going. We found like an indoor bike. And then, so we've been really actively trying. And then up until a couple of months ago, it was hit or miss, but one of the things to help you, quick tip, give yourself some level of accountability. Put a whiteboard calendar up and, mark down what you're doing. I believe it was Seinfeld. I think it was Seinfeld. He said, he's got a calendar and he writes and he marks when he writes a joke or a bit every single day. And that gives you this sort of thing that you can just glance at and go, wow, I'm doing it. Or you can hold yourself accountable and go, man, I'm really just not doing it. But I looked at my past. I looked at what I'd been doing and realized that it wasn't working. And I had to change it. I could predict my future. I could tell myself, this is what the next 10 years is going to be because this is what the last 10 years has been. Now, I still don't run. I'm just refuse. No. Military made me do that for a number of years, and no, I'm good. But I will work out. I, bike and I, weights and whatever, sit-ups and crunches and stuff. And if you guys are interested in some good workout routines that I've found that I really enjoy, I can, do a video on those in the future. But really, what habits do you have? And if you don't change those habits, that's your future. That is your future. So what are some effective ways to change those habits? How to change your future? This could almost be a separate whole video just on this, but part of it is you just got to start. Again, you don't have to start perfectly. I'm sure my form is terrible and, but I started. The food I was cooking at first probably wasn't amazing. It's getting really good now because, here's a side effect of cutting out an entire type of ingredient out of your cooking. For you cookers out there, you home chefs, it really makes you learn flavors. So it's been kind of fun, like learning how do I get this flavor without this ingredient? So, sometimes it's fun to have that challenge. Give yourself challenges. This has been an effective thing for me, is giving myself these challenges. So my little weight machine goes up to, I think, it's got 14 different levels, and I think each one, depending on which pulley you're using, gives you a different kind of weight resistance. And according to the machine, anyways, I've gone from benching about 90 something pounds, I know, weak, Um, benching about 90 something pounds to up to 174 in a matter of a couple of months. Um, I if I hadn't put the effort in to change what I was doing, you'd never have that. Um, so really, guys, work on establishing new habits. Um, and I've got some bad habits that I want to get rid of that I'm going to start working on and try to, in order to try to help you guys, like I smoke. That's a bad habit, especially with a respiratory illness going around like it is. I sometimes I drink too much, and that's something I want to cut out. Um, so focus on establishing new good habits. Right even down to make your bed every morning. And there's something powerful about making your bed in the morning. Right away, first thing, you've given yourself something that you have achieved. And it's important to set yourself up for success. To go through, look for those small little things that you can do to help boost your own morale. Because that's what we're here to do, right? I want to show you something. Let me pull it up real quick. I've mentioned this in another video. So there's this app called Do It Now. And so what it does is it shows all your, tracking successes and so I've got on here, this whole list of things, and it comes stock with several. This is just the one that I've been using. I really kind of enjoy it. It's fun. It's kind of like that gamify your lifestyle of motivational app. If you need an app, do that. If you just need a calendar, do that. Find ways to either to visually show yourself that you are succeeding. That's how you change your future, is by giving yourself those signals that you are doing better and better and better every day. So you want to predict the future, look to your past. The things you do every day predict what you're going to be doing every day. Now, granted, there are circumstances, you never know what might happen. You might walk into a gas station, randomly buy a lottery ticket, and boom, you're a multimillionaire. But here's the thing. If you walk into a multimillionaire status with poverty mentality, and this is statistics, over 90% of people who win the lottery are broke within a matter of a year or so. Broke. More money than they've ever had in their entire life. Probably more than they were slated to earn their entire life, and gone. If you walk into a success situation with a failure mindset, you'll fail. It might not be right away, but you will fail. But if we can start developing those more successful mindsets or more of a positive mentality. Now, I want to real quick talk about positivity. And I will tell you right now that I've beaten myself up with some of these positivity sort of techniques. They don't work. Some of it is just not helpful. Pardon. I had a lot of coffee this morning. Can you tell? Positivity does not mean that you never have a negative thought or that you never feel bad. Real, genuine positivity is building that fundamental resilience to overcome. That, to me, is what actual positivity is. So, to try to shorten this up a little bit, if you want to know where you're going, look to where you've been. If you want to know what future habits you're going to have, look at your current habits. If you want to see the next 10 years, look at your last 10 years. It's really that easy. And you want to change it, you got to really be honest with yourself and go, this serves me, this does not serve me. And the things that don't serve you, the things that aren't helping you along in life to help you build a better, healthier mind, a better, healthier body, a better, healthier spirit, those are the things you've got to let go of. And sometimes it's really that simple to just let go of it. So I hope this is helpful. I've got another quick video I'm going to put out that is something I discovered about my own idea of success. Don't let anyone tell you what your success is. Don't ever let anyone tell you what your success is. You alone know what your success is. Love you guys, and I hope this was helpful, and peace.